Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, head on over to instantmuttcoins.com. Avoid the packs, save the racks. Link in the description below. Use code CC for 15% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? Welcome. We're going to be talking about Team of the Week and Team of the Week predictions, I guess, and a few comments about things. But first off, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I would appreciate it. I hope you can join the Madden family with me. If you want to like the video, by all means, you enjoy it. There's a button for it. You want to comment something you're not sure, you're like, I'm not really a YouTube commenter. Madden, you just gotta type Madden family down below. It's cool. Before we get into it, there's obviously a lot of talk today about the lack of content, right? And I know there's a lack of content. We all know there's a lack of content, and it's disappointing to me as a content creator, as a MUT player. It's disappointing. But I'm not gonna. It's disappointing. I wish it was there. that's basically where it goes. I wish it was there. But we know we're getting Team of the Week tomorrow. So I want to focus ahead. I want to look ahead. We can't change what's happened and only sort of go forward. I've shared my opinions on what's been missing and how I feel to people, right? And they know. So we're going to talk about Team of the Week and we're getting into predictions, okay? Now, the one thing they mentioned with Team of the Week today, there's a twist, right? I'm like, oh, what could be the twist, right? How's there a Team of the Week twist? So I tell you what, I watched Gut Fox earlier today, and he brought up the Team of the Week twist as well. And he mentioned sort of like doing what MLB The Show did with like flashbacks for Team of the Week. Now, obviously, if the NFL season was canceled because of what's going on, I think that would have been a phenomenal idea, right? MLB The Show did it, and I think they did a wonderful job with it. And I am praising MLB The Show for what they did for sure. Having past Team of the Week cards essentially come back. Now, since we have actual NFL football, I mean, maybe that's a twist, maybe it's not, I don't know. It would have been kind of cool, I guess, sure. If we didn't have it, I think it would have been very cool to go back and think and do some of that stuff. But instead of trying to predict what the twist is going to be, which is probably impossible for us to do, how they're going to do everything, we're going to operate under the assumption that they're going to do things the exact same way. Even though they said there's a twist, we don't know what the twist is, so I'm just going to predict a limited, who is last year was based on the most fantasy points within some sort of reason. And then we've got offensive hero and a defensive hero, right? Now, I watched the Falcons and the Seahawks game yesterday, and I swear that whole game could be Team of the Week cards if you watched it as well. So based on me seeing that game, and that's the game I have the most knowledge on. Russell Wilson's game yesterday was phenomenal, right? And so I want to put him as, I guess, my prediction for the offensive, not the offensive master, but the limited, right? I don't know if he had the most points, and maybe this is me hoping and trying to will into existence. I would love an upgraded Russell Wilson card, so that's where I would predict there. But I think the problem with it is that defensive hero should be Jamal Adams. I think he deserves it more, and I think you could put someone else in the limited slot there. So my official prediction is defensive master Jamal Adams, right? I don't know if you guys watched the game too. He was everywhere. He looked like the best player in the NFL on the field yesterday. And that's with Matt Ryan throwing for 400 yards. That's with Russell Wilson having the second highest completion percentage on the road in NFL history. That's with Julio Jones having 150 yards. 3 Falcons receivers having 100 yards. Jamal Adams stood out more than all of that. That's crazy. If you watch that game, Jamal Adams played phenomenal. He looked like the best player on the field, and with all that other talent there, that's super impressive. Plus, I think a Jamal Adams card would be phenomenally insane within the game. He would be a must. Instant cop. Any team should get him. Would be the best card. Now for the offensive hero, I'm going to lean towards a quarterback here. Now, while I think Russell Wilson would have made a great choice for the limited, I'm going to steer away from that. I'm going to go with a quarterback here instead of Aaron Rodgers. Now, again, Aaron Rodgers obviously had a phenomenal day. He's due for a big card. It would be a very usable card. It would be a great card in the game as well. I call it 89, 90 overall, whatever it may be. Would be just the best. It would be like one of the best cards, and I would probably get him over Lamar. Because if you guys have been using Lamar misses a lot of passes. His arm's not that strong. I kind of want to get away from Lamar, so I really want a quarterback. So I hope it's Rodgers, man. I'm gonna straight up say that. Now the problem with it is that I wanted Rodgers or Wilson there, but I think the best performer of the day, I believe it was Davante Adams, right? Davante Adams is limited. Now, I'm not gonna look up the stats. I could be wrong. The problem with the Davante Adams card, totally deserving. My man, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Killed it. He killed it yesterday, man. His card's not gonna be that good if he gets one. Which is why I hope he would be the limited, because then that would sort of take me away from wanting the card, and it would be really expensive, and then it wouldn't fall in the power path anyway, so I wouldn't have to worry about stuff. So if we said it was like a 90 limited, I guess that would make sense. Look at his card. It's a +4, 87 speed is not exciting. His route runnings, short and medium, would be pretty close to the thresholds, but his deep's not going to be there. Again, not a really exciting card at all. I don't want to pull homers and picks here. I don't want to say Julio Jones or Calvin Ridley could get a card. I don't want to do that. My heart, I can't predict with my heart. I do it so often. I do it on Sundays when I predict these games, but I don't want to do it there. So I feel like Davante Adams would be a really, really solid choice, and one personally that I don't really want the card, so I'm okay with that. Limiteds when they come out are super, super expensive. I don't want to have to keep chasing and buying limiteds. Of course, I love when it's a really good card. I'm okay with taking a slight break here. Back-to-back weeks, we've had to buy Julio and Brandon Cooks as limiteds. I'm okay if I don't got to buy a third limited receiver. Now, that being said, a limited receiver, again, seems a little odd. But unless I go quarterback and then put him in the hero, maybe it's one of those things. Or Hopkins could be the limited. He really could, but he doesn't fit that most fantasy points role. Additionally, some of the undercards that I would expect to get here for sure. A Chase Young on defense. A Ryan Kerrigan played really well. They both just dominated the Eagles. Obviously, Clydesdale deserves a nice card for sure. And Josh Jacobs. So, of course, we're naming some of those spots. E likes to fill in with some like smaller overall players. I'm not going to predict those guys. So I would have Clyde and Josh Jacobs. Again, if they only do one running back, pick one. I would pick Clyde personally. Led the league in rushing yesterday, or this week, I should say. Had a phenomenal touchdown. I don't think he scored as many points as Jacobs did, but still, he's going to be more usable for sure. And we get a rookie premier upgrade out of it. But then if I predict Chase Young as well, that's 2 rookie premier upgrades? Probably not, especially Chase Young did just get a card. I would put Clyde in there. I would put Kerrigan in there. I know Gilmore had a day, but he didn't have he didn't have a Jamal Adams kind of day at all. So it's going to be tricky to see what they do. That just in years past, Team of the Week was really good. And when I'm talking years past, I'm talking like a couple years ago, right? Since the last 2 years, Team of the Week has felt like kind of a dull promo for the most part. And I hope whatever this twist is like the correction to that, essentially. I don't care what it is, as long as it makes things fun, as long as we still have the option of playing some solos to get a free card, playing some solos to get a Team of the Year token. Check. That needs to still be there, right? It needs to be there. I want to play the solos. I say that because of the no money spend account, but that's what I want. And I think a lot of you guys would want that as well. I want the limited to not always be a card I want, because we're all going to run out of coins eventually at some point. While I feel like the limited idea last year of having them not go into the power path, it worked out okay. In hindsight, I sit here today and I look back at it and I'm like, I didn't really love that. Felt weird. Felt just a little too different. I'm not a fan of that. So maybe that's the twist, that they don't do that this time. I mean, who knows? But that's what I'm going to go with. Jamal Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and Davante Adams. One of them, I think, is right. Because I don't think we're gonna get two people on the same team, but I don't know who else to pick because they really stand out to me so much. They really, really do. Give me the quarterback. Any quarterback is the hero. I don't care who it is. Josh Allen. Give me the Josh Allen quarterback. We're perfectly okay with that. Give me Jamal Adams, and I'm walk away happy tomorrow. So I appreciate it. Let me know who you guys think is going to be the 3 cards. Offensive Master, Defensive Master Limited. Put it down below. We'll see who's right. It's probably not me, but I'm sure one of you guys will get it right and be like, I told you so. So, okay, good. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll guys see you later. I'm out. Peace.